We are back. Hall County Sports is the show. This segment, we concentrate on football. Now, our game of the week was the region championship matchup for 8-4A between Clark Central and Flowery Branch. And when the dust had cleared on a raw, cold night at the Branch, it was the Gladiators hosting the championship trophy, 21-0. That final, Falcons kind of shot themselves in the foot only seconds into the game with a fumble on the kickoff on their own 13. After battling back and forth for a half with the score 7-0 at the break, Branch would give up a long touchdown run of 68 yards and an even longer interception return, 99 turns out, for a pick six. That interception one of 3 times the Falcons would have first and goal, only to come away with no points. Now on the positive side, Flowery Branch quarterback Austin Brown did throw for over 300 yards, 153 of those to our player of the game, Logan Conley. The Branch defense, led by Jonathan Frick, also held the Glads to their lowest scoring total of the season. Flowery Branch will now host Southwest DeKalb in the first round of the playoffs this Friday. Southwest DeKalb coming in off a 44-12 spanking of Lithonia. We'll bring to the show now a man who's been with us many, many times, Lee Shaw. And Lee, it was one of those nights where you had your chances but just couldn't quite do it. And as I said, you put yourselves in a hole right off the bat. But I mean, for the rest of the half, it was even Steven there. Yeah,
our kids played hard. Really, Clark only had to earn 1 touchdown. We gave them 2, field position there, and then the pick six. I'm just proud of our defense. They got better on that side of the ball. We struggled offensively in the red zone. We moved it, in the open field, and then got in the red zone, and just something we don't normally do. We come away with no points, and so they'll respond off of it. I think playing this caliber team going into the playoffs really helps us for that quest to get a state championship. So we got another week, thank goodness, that we can get the bad taste out of our mouth and try to get better.
Well, that's one thing about it. I mean, you do go in as a 2 seed and you host again. So, the world didn't come to an end Friday night. And if you take it with the right attitude, as you say, you can use it to get better. Said, okay, here's where we messed up, guys. This is what we got to do better.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what football's all about. You watch that film, your kids respond, they get coached up. Hopefully we'll do a great job getting them ready for this next one, and because this next one is as good as Clark.
Yeah, you were telling me about that they come in as a 3 seed, but they could very easily have been a 1.
Absolutely. They loaded with athletes, a lot of speed on the field, do a great job. That's a very competitive region on that side as well. So we've got our work cut out, but I think our guys will get better. We'll come up with a good plan and we'll compete.
Well, let's talk about some of the bright spots. I mentioned Austin Brown had another pretty good game, over 300 yards, and then Conley I thought was a phenomenal receiver on the night.
Yeah, Austin did a good job. He missed some reads early through the pick six. It's only his 2nd pick of the year, I believe it is.
Right.
And so he's doing a lot of things good for us. 300 yards, we just couldn't get a run game going.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the deciding factor of what we usually are pretty balanced. Defense played what they should have done. Special teams wasn't as bad as I thought it was at first. We actually played pretty good special teams except for the drop.
You're right.
Give that momentum swing. So, but Logan Conley, he did. He's got an knack to finding the open field and making some plays when he gets the ball in his hands. But overall, our receivers played really good. They blocked well on screens. Had some other guys with big catches. We did a lot of good things, we just didn't finish like we wanted to.
Your nose man, Frick, was all over the field. He was making plays nose men really shouldn't probably play.
Yeah, he's got a fast motor. He's a junior. Thank goodness we've got him back again. He had a great week, too. He was very focused, very ready for the game, and that week's preparation was what it took to get to that point that he had in that Friday night game.
Well, I know it's going to be tough for you this week. Will you come back next week, regardless of what happens? We want to invite you back to the show, and because you've had a great year.
Well, I appreciate that, and I'm proud of this team, community, and we'll compete.
All right, Lee. Good luck against Southwest DeKalb.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Turning to other football, Gainesville won the 8 AAA title with a 21-7 win at White County. For the Elephants, it was their 3rd straight region championship. Quarterback Deshaun Watson had 241 yards passing, 92 of those coming on a 1-pass strike to Michael Lawrence with 4 minutes and change left in the 3rd quarter. A.J. Johnson had blocked a field goal attempt to set up the first Gainesville offensive score. A 4-yard pass to Lawrence after a 36-yard completion to Marquise Robertson had helped set it up. White County had actually taken a 7-0 lead, but Gainesville tied it after a fumble recovery in the end zone by Montavious Rucker and the PAT by Aiden Rising. The Elephants will host Haralson County and their playoff opener this Friday. Haralson comes in off a 14-7 decision over Shaw. Johnson was sent home from the playoffs, 56-0 by Stevens County. Cedric Harris had 109 yards for the Knights, who will finish at 2-8. North Hall got back to 500 on the year, 5-5, as they beat Oconee County 52-28. Trojans put up 513 yards of total offense. Imani Cross had 190 yards rushing and 73 receiving, and 5 touchdowns, one on a pass and another on a pick six. Mac Van Gorder added 93 more yards, 2 touchdowns, and 10 tackles. Trevor Holbrooks also scored for North Hall, and the Trojans, as I said, are done for the year. Chestatee also ended 20-10 with a win, 29-21 over Walnut Grove. Quan Clark had 181 yards and 2 touchdowns for the War Eagles, who ended 3-7. Montre Tate put up 84 yards and 2 more TDs. Other Hall County teams not as fortunate. They didn't end the season with wins. West Hall will finish at 3-7 after a 52-21 loss at Franklin County. East Hall also has to settle for being 3-7 after their 49-0 shellacking by Jefferson. Riverside was shut out 36-0 by Prince Avenue Christian, and the Eagles will wind up at 2-8. Oh, by the way, one more football note before we leave. Former North Hall player Derek Rich, now at Georgia, caught a pass in Georgia's romp 55-7 of Idaho State. I'm back to close it out when Hall County Sports concludes.